What's going on? It's that time again. Time for the very interesting. I'm truly trying hard to watch my language. I hope that this works. But I we have, I looked at it because usually I do it when I get on the air, right? Why did my cousin give me 16 questions today? I hope some of them are short, but I flipped to the back to see how many questions we're going to be doing. And it was 16 questions. So we're going to be here for a minute. And so this is plenty of time for everybody who likes to come late to come. If you guys have time to send out a tweet or, put it on your Facebook or something, uh, then, feel free to do that because I need to rest my voice. I have my water bottle here. Isn't this pretty? I ordered this from my favorite place. I only shop on the A. If you guys want to shop on the A, you can do so through the link on blacksgoingvegan.com. Go there first, click it, and then do your A shopping. That's A for Amazon. So then our blog could get credit for it. If you remember to do that, that would be great. So what we do here today, in spite of all my blabbing, what we do is uh, on Tuesdays, it's called What the Fuck Tuesday. And we get in letters from people from all over the world. It used to just be the United States, but now it's like everywhere. And I read them on the air and then I respond to them. That's what we do here every single Tuesday. Advice questions and I provide answers. Sometimes my answers are very insightful and serious, and sometimes they're just like you tripping. And that's my answer. But it's always an entertaining time. We have great people in the chat room. My moderators on duty. Hey, you two, Nerd Sue and Lady Boss holding it down in the chat room. So, feel free to log on and uh, and participate in the chat if you want to. That's always fun. And they have, insight that I might have forgotten about or whatever since I'm doing this off the cuff. I'm not going to remember everything. So they're going to think of stuff too. So if you listen to this video afterwards, be sure to check out the chat stream as well as listen to me for the full picture. So let's get going. Today is What the Fuck Tuesday of June 25th, 2019. Oh, wait, by the way, how have you guys been enjoying the 7 minute series? That's really taking off. People love it. All my little ADHD people are just finally able to watch a whole video because they like 7 to 9 minutes. I say 7 minutes, but then with the intro and all that stuff, it ends up being more like nine. But I'm talking for 7 minutes, so let's put it that way. All right, so check those out if you haven't already, and be sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share a link. That would be just fabulous. So let's go. We got question number one. Starting off with a young man. Well, I guess he ain't that young. 36 to 45 age group from Greensboro, North Carolina. And he says, my girlfriend is having issues coming to terms with my daughters from my previous relationship. My oldest two I adopted, and my third daughter is my biological child. She doesn't like that I spend time with all of them and that I have to have contact with their mother. Also, she has issues with my family being involved with them. She can't seem to accept that I'm the only father they've ever had, and she wants me to disregard them and thinks that I should focus on her and the kids that we have in the future. She's gone out of her way to try to drive a wedge between me and my relationships with my girls. How should I handle this? You should fire that bitch. That's what. Okay, look, I told you I was going to try. I failed miserably. You need to fire her because she needs to understand when you are a parent, your kids, it's a package deal. And I like the fact that you're an involved parent, a dad who's there for his girls. That's very important. It's very helpful for them as they grow up to have that kind of connection. You can always find some other woman, okay? You can't ever find other kids that will replace them. They're your priority. They're the ones that's irreplaceable, and you need to tell her ass that. So, if my recommendation for you, sir, would be to go to this young, insane person that you call your girlfriend and you tell her you're putting me in a situation where you're trying to make me choose between you and my kids. Guess what, bitch? You gonna lose. I'm not choosing you. As a matter of fact, I don't like nothing about you no more. Your attitude is all kinds of fucked up. You thinking that I shouldn't have any contact. My family, this is like their grandmother and their aunts and stuff, shouldn't have any contact with them because you here? And you think that I'm not going to talk to their mother? We don't have an acrimonious relationship. That's their mama. I want to find out what's going on with my girls, what they need from me, what's been going on in their life that they might not feel comfortable telling me about because I'm a man. I still want to know because I want to keep my finger on the pulse of where my girls are mentally and emotionally. Who's messing with them? Whose ass do I need to get on to protect them? That's the stuff I need to talk to their mama about. And by the way, I'm glad that you two have that kind of relationship. I'm really liking your whole presentation here because it's so rare on this channel that we get that. Usually people are kind of a knucklehead about their children. So, and then you close by saying she's gone out of her way to drive a wedge between you. No, sir. No. You should have got rid of her a long time ago. I know you might like the booty and all that old stuff right there, but you need to figure out that you can get that anywhere. You don't need to do that. You're their father. And I'm just really not feeling her at all. At all. Fire her immediately. Like, soon as you hear this, my response, fire her. Because she's a waste of time. Oh, it's your first time friend, Jessica? Well, welcome. Put on your seatbelt. That's all I'm gonna say. Put on your seatbelt because I just got started and I'm already mad. No, they not she's not compatible with nobody because she just stupid. When you have somebody who's stupid, I mean, she need to get with a man that don't have no kids, no family. He's an orphan, grew up in a foster home, don't have no contact with his foster parents. That's the kind of man that she needs. Somebody that don't have nothing, and then she'll feel secure that she's his only, that she's his everything. But for a person who's a normal individual that's gonna have like friends and a life and relatives and stuff that they want to associate with, she's a bad choice. Ooh, luckily I brought some lovely California vino. This is some Cabernet Sauvignon to calm my nerves. Had I known it was going to be some stupidity on the first letter. All right, let's roll out with question number 2. For those of you who are just coming here, we got 16 letters today. My cousin has blessed me, and I use that term facetiously, with 16 letters. All right. Question number 2. This is a another middleweight figure, 36 to 45 from Memphis. It says, we live next door to an older couple. She is 6 years older than her husband. She is 13 years older than my husband. She treats me mean and rolls her eyes at me if I ask her a question. But with my husband, she runs out to talk to him whenever he's outside. And if I'm driving away and look in my rearview mirror, she's running over to talk to him as soon as I leave. What you mean running over? You mean to your house? I'm confused. Finally, I made my husband quit talking to both her and her husband. The other day, she ran over to ask why he is not speaking to her. I told her to go away 3 times. She said I was talking to your husband. Now she would have met my fist. Okay, my husband didn't tell her to go away. He just stood there, not backing me. Now I feel alone, like he's not supporting me. What did you think? You should have cussed them both the fuck out. Both of them right there. Say, look, you motherfucker, you married to me. Why you always got this bitch in your face? And you don't, you see that this is causing a problem in our marriage and you don't speak up, you a punk bitch motherfucker. Then you tell her, take your ancient ass back into your house. Because the next time I see you talking to my husband, I'm going to knock the shit out of you. That's what you tell her. And say, and try me if you don't believe it. Because I'm younger, stronger, and faster than you. And bitch, I will beat your fucking ass. That's what you tell her. See, I cannot stand a bitch like that. She thinks because you're so young, because I'm assuming your husband's older than you, and so you the youngest in this whole mix. And so she's thinking because you're young that you're not gonna do nothing to her. At first, you could start by being passive aggressive. Bust her tires. If she's got a cat, poison it. If she's got a dog, do the same damn thing. And she'll start seeing the stuff around her like dying off and being punished. It's like, bitch, that's what happens when I tell you to do something with my marriage and my husband and you don't fucking listen. You're going to suffer some repercussions. Now, oh, thank you. My wine fund. I'm just crazy. That's the thing. Don't try me like that. I mean, I know a lot of people would probably say, Deb, that's not the way that I would want to answer. But when people write to me, they ask how I would do stuff. That's what I would do. I would beat her ass. And first I would have to fuck her up. I'm telling you. She would be all kinds of messed up. I would do all kinds of evil, underhanded things to her because that's the kind of person that I am. Petty. I told y'all. That's not, that disrespect. But your husband is just really taking the cake here. You don't say how old you are. I mean, how long y'all been married. But his attitude is just fucked up. He's supposed to tell her, look, my wife's not comfortable with you always running up in my face, and it's really starting to make me wonder what your motivation is. Because I don't have that much to say to you. You somebody else's wife, and that's who you need to be talking to. So don't come to my house anymore, especially when you see my wife's not here. It's extremely disrespectful and it's suspect as fuck. And I don't want you doing it. Okay, don't cause problems in my marriage. Take your ass on over to your house and don't come back here unless you have an invitation, in which case all the other neighbors will also have one. You will never be coming to our house by yourself. That's what her husband is supposed to say. He's supposed to check a hoe. I'm telling you, I like that tribe. The check a hoe tribe. No, I don't be playing around. I'm telling you. I do not play around with people when they do stuff like this. And it's not like I'm a jealous person. It's not that. It's the blatant disrespect. Now, see, one thing I'm not going to have, you could hate me, you could do all kind of stuff, but bitch, your ass is going to respect me. And that's the thing. And then you got your bitch ass husband who's not even standing up for you. Shit, his ass might have to go too. It's like you keep do that shit again and we will be in divorce court. Then you could go over there with that ancient bitch. How about that? You found your tribe, I'm telling you. That's it. I'm the chief of that tribe. I'm just, I'm not playing that. We're not playing that game. So anyway, young lady, that's what you need to do. You need to G up on both of them. And then if you need to go to the house and tell her husband, yo, bitch ass wife keeps coming over to my house, disturbing in my marriage, trying to get at my husband. I want you to keep your wife at your house. If she keeps coming to my house, we're going to have a problem. And it's not going to end well for her. So let's move on to question number 3. See, lady boss, I told you I lied again. I'm going to try to, I'm not going to cuss. I'm going to be good, I said. I'm going to watch my mouth. I'm going to. Well, that went up in smoke. All right, let's go to move on to question number 3. This woman, God, everybody's in the same age group. I guess that's popular for marital and relationship issues. 36 to 45. She's from Tucson. Tonight, my husband decided he was done and would not be included in any visits with my family ever again, especially not my quote, disgusting sister, because he's sick of getting insulted by everyone. Of course, it's all my fault again. I ruined his weekend. I made him angry, made him argue with me for 5 hours. He didn't want to go, even though he said it was okay. I'm supposed to read between the lines and know if he says yes to something that he's trying to accommodate me to make me happy, then it's my responsibility if anything goes wrong. If I go out of my way, apparently, to ruin weekends and holidays by doing something to make him angry. I'm the idiot that never listens. He's the one who put a hole through our drywall, though. He broke his toe, dragged me out of the house by my hair. It's my fault that his toe was broken because I didn't want to leave. His slaps are just beloved taps, and they're only there to demonstrate a point. Oh, no. His shoving was plain. I'm sick of wasting my life with him, but he's disabled and entirely dependent on me. If I leave, he'll kill himself. He has nothing else. If I go, I'm killing a human being. If I stay, I'm killing myself. Slowly, painfully, with just enough good in between the bad. I almost forgot the time he choked me in the backyard because I refused to come inside and be near him. This whole situation's messed up and I can't seem to find a way out. Why wasn't I smarter sooner? You think the time he threw his lunch on the floor and made me clean it up and then dumped it on my head because I didn't answer my phone quick enough would have been a big enough red flag to leave years ago. I mostly blank the episodes out, try to lay low until it's over, and then promise to change. Okay, I've read enough. I don't know where you need to go to buy some self esteem, but you need to go there like right now, like to the nearest shrink, because you have some problems. First of all, if he's disabled and dependent on you, he's supposed to treat you really well. The fact that he's disabled and dependent on you is a perfect reason for you to walk out the door and leave him sitting in his own shit or whatever else is going on with dude. I wouldn't give a fuck. He's not so disabled. He can't treat you all kind of jacked up ways and kick holes in walls. So how is he disabled? I'm trying to hear that part. Where's the part where he can't work and he's all disabled? It must be mental. But regardless of whatever his problem is, he would be having it without me. I suggest that you do the same thing and that you get a shrink and find some place to move to, leave the state, change your name, disappear. Because this guy, and you worried about him killing himself. Sounds like a perfect solution to me. I'm done with that question. Yeah. She probably don't have the money on Amazon Prime to get some self-esteem, but she need to do something with herself. I just like, what? Oh, you listen to the do's and don'ts? Yeah, you go out on a second date. Well, good. Let me know how that works out. That sounds interesting. I don't make it to second dates these days. They always do is say something stupid that just turns me off. I mean, like a switch. Like, then I'm done. Because once my switch is turned off, you know how Leos are. Once this it. This is a wrap. There's just no coming back from that. I mean, hundreds of years could go by, and I'm still not going to want to deal with you. It's just not going to change. All right, let's move on to question number 4. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what he must be disabled mentally, because his behavior. He's obviously not disabled physically. Or maybe he walk. I don't know what it is, but he's doing enough to lift his foot up and put, crack holes in walls and stuff. So he's been choking people and dragging them and all that old stuff. So it can't be a physical disability. It must be he's disabled, mentally and emotionally. Okay, question number 4. She's in the 26 to 35 age group from St. Charles. I don't know where on the planet this St. Charles is, but whatever. I've experienced this before. Someone is so psyched up to meet me and they really like me and I'm cute as a button and their enthusiasm bubbles out all over the place. Sure, it's flattering, but by date 3 or 4, reality sets in and then they're back to their normal self and I seem much more normal to them and then the thrill is gone and I never hear from him again. Or they are still in some la la land and are happy to overlook the reality that either I'm not so great for him or I'm not that interested in him. The last time this happened to me, it did not end well. Dude was not emotionally healthy. And it happened again last night. How do you put the brakes on something like this without hurting their feelings? I'm talking about normalizing their expectations, not crushing them. I like this guy. He has lots of potential. I'd like to date him long term. He is the co-worker of a friend's husband. Okay. So I know he's actually a good guy, a genuine prospect, not like a total stranger I just met. He's normally pretty reserved, but it's a little awkward to have him gush on and on. I wouldn't do that with a guy ever because guys are so easily scared off by too much enthusiasm. What is the best approach to handle this recurring problem with men? First of all, if you meet them and they're a stranger and they're gushing on, you can bet that's about getting some booty. That's all that is. Because they want to just, the conversation is all about flattery. They're trying to like blow smoke up your butt, blow up your head, and all this kind of stuff to have you imagine that they really like you a lot, even when they don't really know you. Now, this guy, the friend and the friend's husband. So I'm sure they've, had a lot to say about you on a personal level. So he feels like he already knows you, right? It's not like a complete stranger from the internet or some bar or something like that. You both come in with some foundational knowledge of each other. So, and I'm sure, they probably showed him pictures and talked about you like, plenty of different times, different events you all went to, and, you're a friend, right? So he's finally meeting you, going on a date with you. He's excited because he's already heard all these wonderful things about you, and he's impressed with his friend and his coworker and his friend, the coworker's wife, and he trusts their judgment. Why wouldn't he be excited about you? Now I understand you, concerned about these strangers, but you need to like turn that off when it comes to this particular situation because it's very different. Okay, it's extreme. It's as different as night and day. Now, what you would want to do with him though is if you feel like he's, getting a little too excited, is just say, I would feel, you sound like a really interesting guy, and I really would like to see you more. Can we, go a little slow though, because I'm a little gun shy or whatever, and I know however you want to explain it, but you want to, just let him know that you need to slow the pace down in case he's trying to press for some early activities in the bedroom. You want to let him know that's not going to happen, but you do it in a very, savvy way because this is your friend and her husband, okay? And if you continue dating him, then your other issues with the internet people or whoever else you be going out with will be over, and you won't even have that problem. But that's my suggestion. When a guy comes on a little bit too strong for you, just let him know. I just glad you're so enthusiastic, and I'm really impressed with you too. But I would feel more comfortable if we slowed things down a little bit. But the other thing I have to think about, you in the 26 to 35 age group, so he's at least your age, probably older. Then I mean, men in their 30s who are serious about life, they find somebody they want to be with. They want to make the shit happen. They're not going to be rolling around, playing around like a dude in his 20s would be, or some of these knuckleheads. He sees somebody he wants, he's going to go for it. Okay, so just brace yourself and lock your seatbelt down because you about to go for a ride. But just, make sure you go at your pace that's comfortable for you. Yes. Likes up. Yeah, that's what's wrong with women, dear. You right. They always be worried about, hurting somebody's feelings. It's like, shit, fuck their feelings. What about yours? That's my motto. It's like, well, that's nice that you have feelings, but mine are bigger and more important, and there's more of them. So we're going to prioritize my feelings over yours, and that's just how it is. So dudes laugh when I say stuff like that. They think I'm kidding because the way I say it, it looks like it's not funny, but my ass is serious as a heart attack. If we're going to be talking about somebody's feelings here, mine are take priority over yours. So we're going to do this the way that I want it to be done so that I'm comfortable and you don't have to be comfortable, but as long as I am, that works for me. That's just how it is. Yeah. I go on a one date, the single date, the one time thing, but somebody, I haven't met a guy for a while since it's been about last year that I would want to get something going with. So, 1, 2 days maybe. I'm like, you're not it. Next. All right, let's move on. Let me have another swig. My throat's getting dry. 26 to 35 a year old female from Lexington, Kentucky. My brother came to me for help, asking for a place to stay. I begrudgingly let him move all his stuff into my living room. I live in a small one-bedroom apartment, and that's all I could offer. This was 18 months ago. I've since spent thousands of dollars on him between food, his nicotine kratom, I don't know what that is, dependencies, and various non-essentials. The few months he's been able to work, I let him use my car as my work is only a mile away. 90% of the time, he isn't working. He's an emotionally manipulative roommate. Every inquiry into why he doesn't work or why he behaves the way he does starts an argument where all of what he says is an excuse or blaming someone else. After 18 months of him living with me and over a year before that of helping him financially, I am done. I put my life on hold for this man. I have zero left after each paycheck. My emotional well being is atrocious. I went ahead and told my brother that I was planning on moving out of this current apartment and that he had until the end of September to either find someone else to live with or get his act together. Basically, what his reaction was this: he told me to F myself. He said, I'm a selfish human being and a part of the problem and might as well die for being this way. Wow. His behavior is just who he is, and he can't change that. His experience with his past jobs and such since 2016 isn't his fault, and it's just a run of bad luck. He's not trying to fail. I should just suck it up and help flesh and blood because that's the right thing to do. Giving him these few months isn't enough and is basically throwing him on the street. I'd be condemning him to homelessness. And that if ever came to be, he commits suicide. And don't think I won't. I've tried it before. Oh, he just really laying it on thick, ain't he? I'm at my wits' end here, Deb. Nobody else in his family or his friends are willing or able to house him, and you can see why. Everyone else has kicked him out with no warning, so now there's just me. The last person he knows who can help him is making it just so hard. I'm not trying to fail, he says, but at the same time, he gets into arguments with his bosses and coworkers. I'm a crutch to him. I understand that. If I weren't around or I decided to kick him out, it's over for him. But he'd kill himself rather than change. What options do I have to protect myself? You know what comes to mind? Remember the village people? Where did this go? Remember the village people and that song "In the Navy"? Dun, 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 dun. You know what? I want you, or they want you, or something. You know, they pointing and saying they want you, they want you, they want you. In the Navy. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's what's coming into my head. So my suggestion is you tell Home Skillet, I'm moving in September. You're not coming with me. I suggest that you look into the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, Job Corps, something, because you going to get the fuck up out of my house and you going to do something for yourself. Whether you want to live on the street, the halfway house, go to prison, or go into the service, it's going to be your choice. But I'm not even going to tell you where I live because I don't want you bothering me. You're not going to have my phone number either. You're going to be kicking it on your own Home Skillet. And maybe this will help you finally figure it out and get yourself on track. Because I'm tired of babying you. I'm tired of funding your lifestyle. And that gravy train ends here. So just understand on September, whatever you said in September. So let's just assume that means effective October 1st, you'll be out. That effective that date, you need to be somewhere because you're not coming with me. And then just keep saying that. You're not coming with me. You're not coming with me. And if he says to kill yourself, say feel free. I mean, that's your life. You can do whatever you want to with it. You got to steal yourself. That's why he's manipulating you because he knows it's going to work. See, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me if you don't, um, I'll kill myself. So I can be like, I know you don't think that's a threat, because I really don't care what you do. As long as you the fuck up out of my house, you can do whatever you want to, wherever you want to do it. But you're not going to be doing anything around me. So that's your choice. Yeah, I don't, them threats of suicide and all this stuff, I'll kill myself. I'm like, psh, yeah, okay. That's nice. Well, yeah, I think that's what happened, Choo Choo, that other people, setting stuff out on the street and kicked him out. That's what she said with no notice. And so she felt obligated to take him in. But if she had already been helping him with financially, and then she only has a small web bedroom apartment, he wouldn't have been staying with me. Because he's got a track record of being stupid. And so he just got to go. Let's move on to question number 6. That's kind of sad though to have a brother who treats you that way. She's 26 to 35 as well. God, that's like the dominant age group today. From Santa Fe, New Mexico. My ex husband texted me yesterday and told me that he needed me to meet him and sign on a title for a car we co own together that he's now paid off and wants to sell. I have no problem with it and agreed. He has since married a mail order bride with 2 kids and has a lot of financial and other lifestyle problems in his life, whereas I have done better overall since we divorced in 2014. This contact was completely unexpected. I've also lost a lot of weight and gotten in shape where he has gained weight over the years since we last saw each other. His dad and I are friends on Facebook and he posts pictures of the family occasionally that I see. I know it's terrible to feel this way and normally want the best for everyone, but I'm proud that I have done much better without him. And I'm looking forward to meeting him so I can see what that I have done, so he can see that I have done great. He was a very abusive husband. I'm in a healthy relationship now, in better health with a good job. Have you or any of your listeners ever had surprise contact with your ex in which you could demonstrate revenge through your own happiness? Lady, you so full of shit. Let me tell you why. First of all, your husband was a ex-husband was abusive. But as soon as he calls, your ass gonna traipse off to meet him to sign some mysterious document. He could have popped that shit in the mail. You know what? You could have met him at the DMV and signed it on the spot and walked out wearing jeans and t-shirt or looking just toe up raggedy. But it sounds like you want to try to rub his nose in this, and I'm thinking that's a bad idea. Because the key point that bothers me is you say that he was an abusive man. Abusive men sometimes will start to feel resentful when they see that you're doing better without them. And then you will bring a whole bunch of shit into your life, into your new relationship by trying to be petty and silly. Sometimes, petty is good. But in a situation where you're dealing with a fool that's already abused you and got a track record of trying to hurt you, you don't do anything. That's like poking a snake with a stick. You've made a clean break, okay? Don't do it. And if you go to meet him to sign the papers, bring your new relationship with you. But really, I just don't understand why he can't just mail it to you. Don't you have a P.O. box or something? I mean, every woman should have that. You should have some place where you can get mail that's not your house. Okay, I know I told you all about the Google phone, but you need to get a P.O. box, one of them mailbox, etc. things. Yes, they cost money. You could share it though with a couple of other women, some single women. You guys contribute the cost together, and everybody get a key, and you get only your shit out the box. But there should be no mail from your ex coming to your house. No man ever sending you anything to your house where you actually live. So if you haven't taken care of that with a P.O. box, like I said, three or four of y'all could pay for it. Everybody just use the same one. You don't have to be. I mean, who's gonna know the difference? Yeah, you moved to a whole new city. There you go, brown sugar. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she just poking it and just acting stupid. I don't understand what her point is, trying to show him that she lost weight and stuff, and just gonna be inviting this fool into her life for some drama. See, I'm not about the nonsense. You got away from him. You doing well. Keep it that way. Okay, just tell him that you change your mind. Go over to get you one of the mailboxes at Stetcher Places tomorrow, and give him that address to send it to. You sign it, and then you mail it back to him. That's what you do, and you don't lay eyes on him, and he will never need to know where you live. See what you look like now? Nothing. It's not his business. You doing too much. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you get a pooch, okay, it's in one person's name. Okay, so if four people share it, that's $5 a month for your physical safety. Is that too much to pay? Okay, four women can share one post office box, probably more than that. You know, the YouTube reminder doesn't work. I noticed that. I was looking at my statistics and it showed like, oh, like only like less than 10% of people have the little bell thing clicked. And I know that's not true. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? It's like they're clearing them out after people click it. So it's just kind of a problem. But if you're a subscriber and you've pressed the bell symbol for the instant notifications, please go back and check your settings and make sure that it's still clicked. Because a couple of women have told me that it cleared by itself. They didn't do it; it just cleared itself. So go back and check yours and make sure that it's still clicked. It's still activated. Whew, that lady. All right, let's move on to question number 7. This is from a woman, another 26 to 35, from Oklahoma. I'm a single mom. My children's father's still in their life, though on a sporadic basis. But I'm not looking for a father for my children. However, the person I'm with will need to step up and be a good male role model for them, and I've made that quite clear. I've been dating my boyfriend for 2 years, and he's everything I want in a man. He puts me on a pedestal, treats me like a queen, supports me, gives me everything I need physically and emotionally, and we are best friends. He is there for my kids, has stepped up and become a role model for them. However, steps aside and lets their father in when it's appropriate. The relationship couldn't be better. I made it clear that I want marriage. I'm not allowing men in my children's life if I do not see that potential. We first had that conversation 18 months ago, and he was extremely supportive, although we had only been dating for 6 months, and agreed that though it felt right, this maybe was a little too soon for marriage talk. Fast forward 2 years, and where it will get brought up from time to time, we haven't made any actual plans or furthered our relationship. We haven't moved in together, for example. So I had a conversation with him, and I basically need to know if this is going to happen or I need to leave. It would kill me to leave. I've never been this happy. But if he won't give me full commitment, what I think I want and deserve, I believe it is best I leave rather than continue with this half assed but very fulfilling relationship for years to come. His response was, I'm not against marriage. I'm just scared and not ready to make that commitment. It feels right, but I want to make sure it's right. It's nothing against you, it's me that I need to figure out. I respect what he is saying. We have both come from failed marriages, and I have a lot of fears going in as well. But because it's been 2 years with no actual movement forward, I think it's time I step aside and allow him time and space to figure out if this is what he wants or whatever it is he means when he says it's me that I need to figure out. What do you think? Am I correct, or am I just being selfish and wanting what I want? If marriage, no, I'm not going to say that because marriage means a lot to some women. I mean, some of this, certainly if you're a religious sort, it holds a special reverence for you to be in a relationship and married and have your husband and your family and stuff. I mean, I'm not one to knock people's religious or spiritual beliefs and all that kind of stuff. I don't share them, but that doesn't mean that yours are wrong. We're just different. So in a situation like this, he knew what you wanted going in. What does he expect you to do? Wait forever and ever while he figures out what it is he wants to do? So I would do this. I wouldn't, cut off and threaten him like this. But what I would do is say, thanks, KH. What I would say is, you know, um, let's put a clock on this 3 months, 3 months from today. And we will talk about this in 3 months and see where you are. And during that 3 months, I'd like for you to be thinking about, what it is that you need to figure out. And that at either at that time or before, I mean, you certainly can make up your mind before that. I'd like you to give me a decision, and either we break up because you don't want what I want, or we move forward and we get married after 90 days. I think that's fair. You put parameters around his fear so he knows he's got an end date. You're not going to be playing this violin forever and ever, home skillet. You got 90 days. And after that, you're going to have to unanswer answer. And either the answer is going to be yes, let's do it, or no, I'm too scared, in which case you just stop talking to him. And it's really unfortunate that the relationship is that great because you don't really find that kind of relationship. It's not that common, but what I think he needs to feel is your absence. He needs to see what his life is like without you, without the girls, without your love, without your time, without your energy, without conversation with you, nothing. He needs to see what that's like. And so, during that 90-day period, that's something he needs to think about, because it's like, if this is somebody that are you more scared to be without her or to be married? That's the question that he needs to be answering during he's trying to figure himself out. And that's something you could pose to him and ask him just like that. All right? Well, he might be. I mean, but she said they both came out of bad marriages. So, I mean, women do tend to be more emotionally resilient than men do. And I've told you in numerous times how men hang on to their first love and how they never, ever get over rejection. So, whoever he loved the first time that rejected him, that motherfucker's going to hang on to that shit until he's 90. They still be talking about the girl that rejected them in middle school, and they be 50 and 60 years old. So, you think he gonna get over a marriage that just broke up a couple of years ago that quick? It don't happen. So, but he does need to understand that the clock is ticking and she don't want to wait for him forever. So that's why I say give him 90 days. And then be clear about it. And at the end of the 90 days, say, well, if you don't come forth, then you cut off all communication with him. Don't you take his calls. He can't come over. He's not going to tweet you, text you, nothing. Cut him off. That's the only way he's going to feel the emptiness that he hasn't had to experience for all these years because you've been there. He needs to be punished for that shit. That's the punishment he needs. To borrow a phrase from my friend Priscilla. That's what she say. Men need to be punished. But no, and reality. He as long as he keeps stringing you along, nothing's gonna change. He'll still be getting all his needs met, and he'll still be happy. But I'd say give it not. Don't just cut him off right away. Just make it clear that at the end of the 90 days, though, that's what's gonna happen. And then stick to your gun. That's the main mistake most women make. They don't do what they're supposed to do. Yep, they never go with their first love ever, ever. Luckily, I'm so many men's first loves, but that's why they still call, and that's why I still ignore them because they're not my first love. But my first love was Daryl. I was 7. He was 15. He was much older than me, but he thought I was nothing but a pesky little kid. But I still remember following around after him like a baby duck. Whew, yeah, that was my first love. All right, question number 8. This is a male, 36 to 45 from the Washington, D.C. area. My girlfriend and I have been together for 3 months, and while that may not seem like a long time, we are in love and know we want to get married. We also want to have children as soon as possible. In fact, I am 41 and really want to get it going quickly. Money is no issue, and their daughter would never have to work. In fact, she would have a pretty pampered life. But for some reason, her parents won't talk to me, and have even gone so far as to smear me online. I'm not sure if our age difference matters. She turned 18 4 months ago, and there's a 23-year-old age difference, but we are both adults. Okay. Yo ass is 41, and she just turned 18. I would be shooting you if this was my daughter. They're really nice people. Her parents are also extremely Christian, and I suspect me being Islamic may have something to do with it. It's your age, you idiot. Grandpa material. I am not one to let religion get between people, but some are, I guess. It's really upsetting that they won't even meet me. I mean, their daughter quit her senior year of high school to move to Virginia to live with me. You would think that they would at least want to meet the man that there will be their son in law and the father of their daughter's babies. I do plan on making her my bride and converting her to my religion soon. Thank you. Pregnancy will happen in the next few months. I have made numerous attempts to reach out, but all they do is tell me things like go to hell. It's very hurtful. There's a chance I will take my American bride to Kuwait with me, though I consider myself an American and would prefer to stay here. All the more reason you would think they would want to meet me. Like I said, I'm crazy about this woman. She's like a flower opening up to me. Their daughter soon becoming my wife is a foregone conclusion, and I find it absurd that they would rather not talk to their daughter and me than talk, all because she fell in love. Do you have any advice on how to get her parents to talk to me? I want them to be part of our family, and I can't take it anymore. I've even thought of buying her father a nice sports car or something as a gift, but I worried that this would make them think I'm trying to buy their love. Let's start with the many, many problems in this situation, sir, since you seem to be obtuse. Number one, when you met her, she was a high school student. You were 40, 41, old enough to be her daddy, way old enough to be her daddy. Okay. I mean, in the black community, we have people that's the daddies of 14-year-olds that are only 30, and your ass is 41. What you think? Okay. So I think that would be the most, a very disturbing point for them because 18-year-old kids, she's a teenager, she's a child. Yes, she's legally an adult, but mentally and emotionally, she's a child. And you know that, especially being raised in a very Christian, probably somewhat sheltered home. That's why you want her, because she knows you know she's a virgin. You ain't fooling nobody, you fucking pervert. Number two, she dropped out of her senior year of high school to come to Virginia to be with your fucking ass. Did you ever think about putting her back in school when she got there? Tell her that she need to at least get her high school diploma? No, all you thinking about is your damn self. You are trifling. I want you to understand all the syllables. Trifling. That's why the people don't want to see your ass because she's over 18, so they can't stop her because legally she is an adult, so they can't stop her. But that doesn't mean they have to like it either to see that you're taking advantage of their child and ruining her life. All right. And number three, you talking about you gonna what did it say? I'm gonna convert her to my religion. Okay. So she don't even get to continue to be the person that she was raised up to be. She has to become your wife, have your babies, live in the country you want her to live in, not having an education because you don't want her to have one, and now she got to be Islamic because you want her to be that too. The difference between an American raised Christian girl and a woman raised in Kuwait as it is under Islam are so different that it's not even funny. Okay, what you gonna be having her wear a burqa, the hijab thing? What's that cloth thing they call? Okay, what you gonna have her dressing like that when she's used to wearing like jeans and t-shirts? I know women in Kuwait dress like that too, but the fact that you're focusing so much on changing her religion and all these other controlling behaviors that you have, I suspect that that's where you would be going because she would be so young and cute, you would be afraid of other men looking at her, so you'd want her to be all covered up. He sounds like he's a predator predator Dusty, as Lady Boss says. Well, I think why would he write me? Probably because he feels guilty. He feels guilty, I would imagine. In some dark recesses of his mind, he wants somebody to explain to him why the parents don't want to, deal with him. But he also, people feel guilty and they want to purge themselves in very interesting different ways. I think that's what this is, you know. And I think another thing that, that's bothering the parents is what is it that you expect from a wife that's only 18 years old? She's a kid. What is it? What's your expectation there? And how is she supposed to meet him? Have you guys two talked about that? I mean, it's just a lot of young girls are just on these romantic fantasies of the fairy stories and the Danielle Steele novels. They're not really thinking about the hardcore, washing diapers and birthing babies and caring for a house and all stuff by herself. She's always had her mother's help to do it. She had some chores, but it wasn't her house. So she didn't have to do it all by herself. And it's nice that you have money, so maybe you get her a maid or something to help her out. But in the bottom line is, I'm thinking this is what you wrote me to, so I can tell you this. Send that girl back home to her parents. Send her back home to her daddy so she can get an education and make something of herself. And then you take your fucking ass to some place, Kuwait, wherever you want to go. Find you a woman in her 30s and marry her and have your babies. That's what you need to do. Don't you think about setting your ass up in a situation where you're going to be robbing this little girl of her childhood. That's what you would be doing. She would be going straight from her parents' arms as a kid in high school to being like a mature adult with all these responsibilities for a husband and a father and a child and children when she got no fun time. She didn't even get to go to a bar yet because she's too young. Who has she even had a chance to date yet? Where she got to go hang out with her friends in the college and go to frat parties and stuff. You're robbing her of a life. So that's why her parents don't want to talk to you as they probably trying to hold back from shooting you. Yeah, he's very disgusting. Well, thanks, Mashonda. See, that Mashonda's co-signing on what I just said, and it's like just the vibe I'm getting from this dude. Um, he's got some issues. Let me get some water. I'm just talking so much. Yeah, this is really sad. I feel sorry for her. She doesn't even know what she's doing to herself. All right, let's move on. Question number 9. This is from a young man, finally, 19 to 26 from Tuscaloosa. I am missing my bottom teeth from a car accident. Oh. I met a very great girl the other night and I want to ask her out, but I'm worried she'll find out that I don't have teeth on the bottom, even though I'm getting them in about 3 weeks. I want everything to work out, but I'm worried she'll find someone else by the time I get my teeth. Oh, it's been about 9 months. I got my surgery for implants on the bottom so that I could have the teeth that I never have to take out, which no girl will notice. You think you would, but you wouldn't unless you really inspected my mouth. Okay, so he must have like a denture, I'm guessing, right? but he's got a surgery so he can get implants. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out because I don't really understand about implants. Am I being superficial, or is this something I should actually like maybe wait and ask her out? I need like a poll. Like should I wait or to go to talk to her, and she'll probably find out. Thank you to your crew for all your opinions. I appreciate you, even if it's not what I want to hear. I'm trying to be as positive as I can through this very rough time. All right. I guess he wants a poll, so y'all vote. Should he A, go to the girl with his toothless self, or B, wait until he gets his implants? Please vote. Yeah, well, he didn't say it was motorcycles. He said a car accident. So I don't know. It could have been like he didn't have his seatbelt on and hit the steering wheel or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. He didn't go into any details about the accident or how that happened. The dashboard. I mean, I don't know, but something happened down here, so he knocked his teeth out. Um, and once it's your adult teeth, that's it. You gotta just roll with it. Um, what would be my opinion? Sir, it's not like, I mean, you lost him in a car accident. I mean, why are you ashamed of that? That was out of your control. I don't understand why tripping so hard. I would just go put your, whatever in that you're wearing right now, your dentures, and, explain to her that this is something that you really wanted to talk to her and you want to meet her and stuff, but you were somewhat nervous about it because you had this car accident some years ago, a year ago, whenever it was, and so you're working on getting some implants, but right now you have this denture and it's kind of embarrassing for you, but you really wanted to meet her anyway, and thank you for coming, because she's not going to turn you down if you act like you have some damn sense, you know. He got a snap-on smile, a bridge, or is that what it is? Well, whatever it is, put it in your mouth and go on the date and don't worry about it. And then in 3 weeks, you'll have implants. Your mouth is going to be in pain, though. I heard that hurts. So you're not going to be going on no dates or doing too much of nothing for the first week. But, once all the swelling goes down and stuff, you should be good to go. That I know. Okay, so they be sure to read in the chat so you can kind of see what the answers are to your poll question, what whatever they say, because a lot of people look like they're voting for the weight thing, but I say don't wait. I say weight broke the bridge down, and so you better strike while the iron is hot, and start figuring out something. At least have some phone calls or something. You better do something. Okay, we're on question number 10. We have 16 questions today. This is the most ever on What the Fuck Tuesday. Okay, this young lady is in the 30 to 36 age group. She did not put a location. And she says, "Hi, Miss Amazing Deb. I'm trying hard to learn, so squad, please go easy on me. I met a man. He's well educated. He has a PhD. He has his shit together. 4 months in, he treated me well, very loving. I felt comfortable sharing some traumas I experienced as a child. He was supportive for about a week. He said he was proud of my, quote, strength, told me I'm a strong woman. Then he sent me a text, not a phone call, saying extravagant stories require strong supporting evidence. I was shocked and very hurt. I reminded him that these were painful experiences I survived. Then he said he was concerned that I'm a pathological liar. Ha 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 ha. Dude, when I got smooth, cuss the fuck out. My friends say I am a very believable person. I offered for him to come meet my therapist. He declined, Deb. His ex-wife left him for his friend. He was married for 15 years. After that, he had a 4-year relationship with the widow of his best friend who died. She ended it. If he's abusive, how could he have long-term relationships? Why was he like that? Why was he like this with me? I am furious and feel devastated. It took a lot for me to share. I wanted to share. I thought he truly cared. How do I respond to him Deb style? Keep up the good work. I love the mods and your lives. Okay, young lady. How many times have I told y'all you do not tell men anything like that? I must have said this at least 5,000 times. You don't share shit with men. You tell your therapist. Okay, you don't ever tell some knick-knack that you just dating. Even husbands don't need to know. Because what if you break up and they start coming back with that stuff? This is the kind of shit you talk about with your therapist, and that's the only person who needs to know. Okay, I don't know how many times I've said that. I'm gonna put a link up there at the end of the, when everything's over, to the videos. Like, why do women talk so much? Okay, you need to listen to it, but I'm gonna make it easy for you to find, and it's gonna be right up here. You just click. Um, and it's strong supporting evidence. Okay, now I'm gonna let my imagine. Usually I don't do this, but I'm gonna let my imagination run free. Okay, so you told him about some childhood sexual abuse. He wants evidence. Why does he want evidence? Because he's a pedophile and he wants to relive the stories. He wants proof so he can look at it and tear and feel it and imagine it in his mind and relive the glory moment of some pedophilia. That's what he wants. Talking this shit, that's immediately where my mind went. Nobody would want evidence of that except somebody who wants some titillating kind of, something that's going to get them excited. Okay. I know you were shocked. I know you were hurt. I know him calling you a liar was hurtful. Um, but see, I hate to tell you this, but you brought this on yourself. You did this to yourself by opening your big old mouth. You should never have told them, and let this be a lesson to you. Don't you ever tell a nigga shit about your past. He don't need to know about the men that you screwed, which was last week, yesterday, 10 years ago. He don't need to know that. And he definitely doesn't need to know anything about what happened to you in your childhood. It's none of his fucking business. And what did you think was going to happen by you telling him that? See, this is the thing I always want to ask women. When you start wanting to purge your soul and tell all this shit to these men that you just kicking it with only 4 months, not 4 years, 4 months, what is it that you imagine was going to happen? There's a reason why you did that. You were looking for a payoff. You're not going to get it. He's a nig-nog. I don't care if he's a nig-nog with a PhD. He's still a nig-nog. And you don't tell nig-nog shit that they can turn around and use against you. I've told you guys this at least, like I said, 5,000 times. Y'all talk too much. You tell too much of your business. You don't tell them shit. Even if they ask, well, were you abused as a child? What would make you ask me some shit like that? What? Dude, really? Were you? You know what I mean? It's none of his business. And a lot of them, they just ask you stuff like that because they want ammo. Come on now, you got to get your game together. You on my channel, you watching the stuff, and then you just fall prey to it. Yeah, he's predatory. He's not a predator. He's a pedophile. I'm telling you. Why would you ask somebody for proof of some shit like that? That's what I'm saying. Nah. Thank you, Faith. And then what? Exactly. I don't understand what it is that y'all be telling. I'm not telling the motherfucker shit. They want to know they want to know all kind of stuff. They ask you all kind of questions, and I just be looking at them. Like, my favorite head position, like a puppy. And blinking. Because that's none of your concern, sir. You need to get you some business, sir. Stay the hell out of mine, sir. My life ain't about you, sir. Pinocchio, nosy ass person. Yeah, that's what they do. I mean, I talked about that. I'm gonna have to put some links at the end for the stuff from the Jumping Through Hoops series where I talk about the games they be trying to run. It's a 25 video series. That's all it is. It's 25 different games men run on women in that one series, plus all the other 500 videos on this channel. So it's like, come on now, you guys. You guys, come on now. Really? This upsets me. This upsets me that all this talking I've been doing, and then people still do stuff like this. Oh, let me woosah. No, I need some wine. That's what I need. Young lady, consider your hand spanked. Don't you ever do no shit like that again. Question number 11. This is from a young woman, 19 to 25, from Galway, Ireland. Wow, I wonder where that is. Boyfriend 28 and I 24 met 8 months ago and started dating. He mentioned that he broke up with his ex of 2 years, 5 months before we met. 5 months. Okay, 2 years. Nope, too soon. She was much younger than him, and he had said that the breakup was mutual and she was just too immature. Of course, he did. We fell in love, and now we live together in 8 months. I have since found out that she broke up with him, and he was trying to get back with her for months after the breakup. They at one point were even going to get back together, but she met someone else. So 5 months. So that means he probably was only like free maybe a month or two before he met you. So you're the rebound. Let me just interject that right now. He has told friends at the beginning of our dating that he's not over her and can't stop thinking of her. I did not know any of this at the time. He would mention her sometimes in conversation, but I never thought anything about it since I asked him, and he said it was completely over. Sometimes I feel like I'm being compared to her, as a few times now when we would fight about something, he would say, "My ex would never do or say that," which I know he's talking about her. I was so offended and hurt and mad. He said he was sorry, but he has said that 3 times now. You still there? He said they don't talk anymore, and last time they spoke was on her birthday. He said they're still cordial with one another as there was no ill feelings after the breakup and share lots of friends in common. He still has her on Facebook and sometimes likes a picture of her. But what really bothers me is that I just found out that he searches for her on Facebook a couple of times a week. We're planning our lives together and he's devoted to me, but I feel like this will come between us. I don't know what to do, as this is a man I love and we plan to get married and start a family. Could this be innocent curiosity or should I worry? No, you should be packing your things and moving out because you are the rebound and he has no intention of getting with you. Even if he does physically become, is physically there, his heart is with her. That's why, like, you guys, I mean, feel like I keep saying the same things over and over, and it's like not sinking in or something. You cannot get with the man who just left another woman and was so attached, he was trying to get back with her after she left him. Okay, that would be all I needed to know. Once you found out that truth, you were supposed to pack your shit and move out that day. That's what you were supposed to do. Because A, he lied to you, and B, he's still in love with her. He can't love you and her at the same time. Okay, what he's doing is pretending to love you. He's going through the motions. He still knows what to do and what to say and how to act because he just was doing it with girlfriend. It's not hard to pretend. And I mean, I don't understand what was the rush. You only known the dude 8 months and you already want to live together and talking about getting married and having kids and all this stuff. And you only 24? I mean, I know there's different cultures, you know what I mean, worldwide. People have different cultures and their time frames for stuff is different. So let me factor that in. But the bottom line is, even if we don't talk about any of that and we just stick to his situation with this woman, every time, see, my thing is if a motherfucker's talking about a bitch, that means he's thinking about a bitch. That's my motto. So he's mentioning some other woman to you. That's who he's thinking about. He's not going to just start talking about her out the clear blue sky and talking about, they would never do that. Well, then, motherfucker, take your happy ass on over there. That's what you need to do. Oh, but wait, she got a new man and she don't want you. That's what I would say to him. Hurt all his feelings. You know what I mean? It's like, don't nobody want you. That's why she fired your trifling ass. And then here you gonna come telling me what she wouldn't fucking do. Who gives a fuck what she would do? She don't even care about what she would do because she's through with you. She got rid of you. She don't want you no more. I would rub salt in his wounds. Be talking to me all crazy. I told you. I was like, you start talking crazy to me, I'm going to hurt all your feelings. All of them. Every single one. I'm going to just get it and I'm going to just stab it until you scream for mercy. And then I'm going to stab him some more. But no, you do this man you love. Girl, fire this fool. Leave him alone. You wasting your time. Because what he's going to do is stay with you, stay with you, stay with you, stay with you. She's going to marry the other dude. He's going to flip the fuck out. And then that's when y'all going to break up. Or you're going to be dumb and get pregnant and think that means he's going to marry you. And he's going to turn his back and abandon you and that kid because he's still in love with her. So you need to understand what time it is and stop wasting it with men who aren't, he's not emotionally available. Okay, you're just wasting your time with him. This video is not going to have no ads. I just have to accept the fact that on What the Fuck Tuesday, there's not going to be no ads on these videos. That's just how it's going to be. I'll get them on the 7-minute ones when I'm, clean, Not on this. Y'all be making me cuss. All right. Female, 56 to 65 from New Jersey. He is 62. What? Do people still date at 62? I am 56 and we have been dating for almost 2 years. He was married 6 years and been divorced 25 years, engaged twice and backed out of both. Okay. I was married for 24 years and divorced for 3. I feel this man has issues with commitment. I think he's phobic. Well, duh. If he done backed out of 2 engagements, wouldn't that kind of be a clue? The first 6 months we dated were great. We talked on the phone 1 to 3 hours almost every day. Saw each other about 3 to 4 times a month initially, then it increased to 2 to 3 times a week. He has a very demanding career and works nights, which has made seeing each other difficult. Many times I have called and got no answer, and he doesn't respond. Several days will pass, and then he'll call, and I ask if he saw I called, and he would say he didn't see it. He asked me out to dinner one time. I got dressed, and I had not heard from him, so I called him and got no answer. The next day, I called him and asked what happened. He said he fell asleep. His daughter recently moved back in with him, and pretty much he's been trying to help her get on her feet. The first week this month, he called to tell me that he was wanting to take the first 2 Saturdays off from work so that he could spend time together with me. He said he knew that we had not been spending much time together, blah, 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 blah. So I thought that he would like to do something fun that Saturday, and then he told me that he was unavailable. Well, he meant starting like the following month. I can't, I, I don't know what to say. Dude is just. Oh, at that point, I felt so done, tired of all the mind games and what I felt were mind games. I went out of town for the weekend and visited family. 10 days went by. I still hadn't heard from him, so I sent him a text telling him I need to move on. He said he understood, but then he started texting me all these messages about how much he loves me. And in 24 hours, I received more texts from him than I had in 2 months. But this is what happens. We get close, and then he has to vacate and disappears. I get where I just feel I need to move on, and then he comes back. I feel like he could not commit. In the 2 years we have been dating, we have not had one breakfast together, not one. He's very attentive and expressive when we are together. We chat up a storm when we have the chance to talk, but lately it's been like he can't give of himself, and maybe there's nothing to give with his daughter moving back in. Between that and work, he might be exhausted, but where does that leave us? It leaves you the same place you was when you got with him, nowhere. Dude was the man is okay. This is, I mean, I don't understand how come you guys know these things about these dudes that you learned in the dating process, and then you date them for years and years, thinking that it's gonna be different magically with you and that he's gonna commit to you. The motherfucker's 62. Okay, it's a wrap. He has already shown you what kind of man he is. He's not gonna commit to you. He didn't commit to the other 2 bitches. So what makes you think he's gonna do with you? What, you so special? You so different and unique? Really? And then he don't talk to you and all this kind of stuff. See, that's when you see any change like that and a man starts withdrawing from you, then that's a signal that he's on his way out the door. Okay, so you don't try to hold on tighter. You let him go. That's what a smart woman does. You let him go. It's like, well, it looks like the nature of our relationship has changed. And, you want a lot of space and all this sort of stuff. So let me give it to you. And I'll see you in another lifetime. That's how you handle yourself like a G. You don't be calling them and texting them and begging for time and writing people advice columns asking where that leaves you when you already know the answer to that question. Oh my God, this guy is just a loser. What number of question was that? Okay, that was number 12. Yeah, he's a 62-year-old idiot. Yeah, I mean, just, and all that talking on the phone shit. See, that's what I tell you. Y'all be getting a false sense of security because you spend a lot of time talking. You think that's your man. That's just somebody to waste time with. You should not be having no hours and 1 or 2 hour conversation with somebody every damn day. Not even once a week. What is that? What's wrong with, 20 minutes on and off the phone? And I don't even want to talk to a man every day. Not every day, not unless I'm married to you. And if I'm not married to you, then don't call me every day. I'm not going to want to talk to you. Don't even text me every day. Stay your ass over there. Do something with yourself. Make yourself useful in your own life. I have shit to do. I don't have time to be jacking on the phone with some man about nothing all day long. I don't understand women who do that. You got to be reading a book, taking a class, learning something, web development, graphic design, something. Taking a creative writing class, painting, art, something. You got to be doing something that's going to benefit your life in an artistic, creative way and enrich it. Not sitting there wasting your hours and hours of your time week after week on a knucklehead. I don't understand that. I can keep telling y'all, your time is finite. Time is something that you can never get back. You better guard it preciously and stop wasting it on knuckleheads. Yeah, that's enough. Like, but I'm serious. After like 10 minutes, I start get. I have a. I think I talk about other people having ADD. I think I have it because that's why I can't go to the hair salon. My cousin does my hair, and you know what we do? She does my hair, and then I sit, on the floor, old fashioned style, between somebody's knees, and we watch TV. And then she gives me wine, and that keeps me quiet while she does my hair. And then but sometimes I have to get up. I have to walk around. I want to do something else. We put a scarf on. We go out and get, some burritos or something. Come back. I'll eat my stuff. She'll get back in my head. I can't do that. I can't sit for hours like that. I can't talk on the phone like that. I just ooh, I can't do it. I don't understand how you guys do that. The longest thing I do is this show. Continuously in my life is the longest thing I do. The only reason I can do that is because each letter is different. So even though I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and it's one show, it's so broken up because each letter is different. So it appeals to my ADDness. It's unique and it keeps the pace. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand. I understand myself. I'm a trip. Let's move on. Question number 13. This is from a young man in the 26 to 35 age group from Santa Clarita, California. A few days ago, this woman contacted me on LinkedIn and connected with me. We messaged each other back and forth for a few hours. She was looking for a job or contract with my employer and asked for my advice on how to go about getting it. Unfortunately, there's a hiring freeze, but I was upfront and I told her about it. I agreed to point her in the direction of other employers who may be recruiting that are in the same industry. I gave her a few job listings from those other employers and possible contacts. She gave me her resume, which has her phone number, email address, etc. on it. And I shared that with my contacts with other companies so they have her details so when they are hiring for skill sets that are similar to hers. We've been messaging still on LinkedIn back and forth for a couple of days. Strictly professional, nothing unusual. But Deb, I find her very attractive, articulate, composed, and I'd like to know more about her. I've never done this before, but this evening I checked her out on Facebook. I have not messaged her there, emailed, or texted her. She probably does not even know that I checked her out. Maybe I should not have done this. We're both in the same age group, late 30s. My gut feeling is she's not in a relationship. She has no kids, no pictures of boyfriends or a husband on Facebook. I am in my late 30s, got married when I was very young, and in this relationship, and was in that relationship for over 14 years. I do not have much experience with dating as I attended an all boys school. Of late, I've gone through a very messy divorce and have lost my self confidence. I have not been with a woman in the last 2 years. I'd like to know more about her, firstly. Secondly, I'd like to be friends and see how it goes from there. How do I go about this? Well, you already sound like you're getting your cojones up. You made some steps, so that's good. That's going in the right direction. So you already got her contact information, but you all still on LinkedIn. So you say, how do you feel about getting together for lunch or dinner or whatever? Make up some reason why you need to do that. Just meet and talk about your resume or what I don't know. Just think up some bullshit, and then meet her and talk to her. Meet her face to face. And then at the end of that, say, I know I have your number on your resume, but is it all right if I call you? She's going to say, yes, sure. And then you in there. Dude, this is not hard. I don't understand why dudes be like tripping so hard. It's like I probably was a Mac in my former lifetime. Because I'd just be like, "Psh, this ain't no problem. I probably would have already called her and been like, yo, what's up? You got a man? They tell what the niggas do on the street, right? You got a man? Where your man at? But yeah, I would have definitely, if you that interested, dude, come on now, make a move. Make a move. Do not let this moment pass. Oh, wait, I said it's 16 questions, it's 17. I lied. This is definitely the most that we've ever had. Girl, I'm a terrible flirt. Well, I used to be in my olden days when I was young. I'm tired now. I don't feel like it. I probably could still do it, but I just, when you flirt like that, that means you fishing, right? I don't want to fish. I don't want to. I'm scared of what I might catch. These days it's so iffy out here. All right, let's move on to question number 14. Another 35 to 46-year-old male. He's from Oakland. Okay. There have been a lot of interesting conversations on Facebook forums and other social media sites I visit about what it means to be a good husband or wife and when someone should consider divorce. He probably be going on them pages that I go to where I post the screenshots because them people be tripping. One of the main conflict points many married couples have is frequency of whoopee. In one of the forums, I shared that I really do not have much of a sex drive and have always felt like the act of having it was kind of ugly, dirty, and unpleasant. Whoa! I know what his problem is. It does not have anything to do with my wife, who is just wonderful. My feelings about sex would be the same no matter who I was married to. I'm sure my wife is telling her friends about our unsatisfactory life and they're telling her to demand more of it from me. They're probably saying that it's the husband's role to keep his wife happy and satisfied and romantically excited. But is that really the case? Does a husband have an ethical and moral obligation in a marriage to have a sexual relationship? Just like his obligation of being a good father, provider, and communicator. Remember, we cannot fake interest like a woman can. You know what your problem is, sir? Your problem is that you haven't really wanted to admit that you're gay. That's what your problem is. I have never in my life heard of a man who is married and who likes women refer to sex with a woman as being ugly, dirty, and unpleasant, except for gay men. So you need to explore that side of yourself. And then if that's, because I'm really thinking that's what the problem is here. And then, just be who you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I know a lot of gay men and they're cool people. The ones I'm not really friendly with about is these trans dudes. But, I appreciate people who are gay because they are, they own their shit. And they're not hurting women in the process like these other people are. So they're not trying to hurt anybody. They just want the space to be, to love who they love. And I'm all for that. I don't really see any reason to hold them back from that. But what you need to do is stop trying to make your wife suffer. And if she's in her sexual prime in her late 30s to early 40s, she's missing out by fucking around with your ass. Well, you don't like, you're just nasty and dirty. How do you think that makes her feel? To have you look at her like that. Ugh. Thank you. Nerd Sue. I'm supposed to be giving you a tip. Well, everybody want to contribute to my wine fund. Yeah, he is brown sugar. That's my take on it. He just hasn't come out the closet yet. And dude, just explore yourself. And I'm very serious right now. I mean, I know I may have said it in a humorous way, but your reaction to physical intimacies with women and with your wife, I mean, this is just classic. I just don't know what else to say. That is the answer that I have come up with, and I think I am right. Okay, I think I am right. Yeah, he's married and been married. Let's see, how long did he say? Did he say how long it was? Hmm. No, he didn't say how long. But he's trying to figure out if he has a moral and ethical obligation to have a sexual relationship with his wife. And I'm like, well, you can't be a good father unless you have one, right? You got to have some kind of sex life. So I'm kind of figuring out how you like trying to jump over hoops and make all this happen without, the physical intimacies part. To me, that's the only benefit of being married. The rest is bullshit. All right, let's move on. We got question number 15. Normally, this would be our last question, but we have two more after this today. So, this is a young man, 19 to 26, from Los Angeles. He says, my girlfriend and I have been together for about 6 months. A month ago, I decided to move in with her while keeping my apartment to see how things go. Smart move. Trying to become more serious, and she has a daughter, so it's needed to spend more time together. We were going to finalize a move, and I was going to get rid of my apartment if things went well. With this coming up, I decided to look at her phone one night because I had seen dating apps on it while we were together, and it made me nervous. I was looking to reassure myself that nothing was going on. But I found a text from her coworker of pornographic images with her reply, looks like a fun Monday morning workout. Okay, let me just interject something here for a minute. Idiot! It's like, girlfriend, when you do some shit like that and you in a relationship, you can't delete it. You wasn't like, aware enough that this is something that you should not keep on your phone? What if your child saw it? Let alone him. What if your kids saw it? You know how people give kids their phone to play games on it while they're, trying to keep them entertained? Then your kids messing around and see some pornographic movie on your phone? See, dummy, 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 dummy. Okay. I then got scared and looked back in the messages as far as 1 month before we met. They had a fling at work before going on at that time. Most of the messages from the 6 months we were together were similar to the prior one I mentioned, but not 100% evidence of cheating. 1 month before was obvious sexual meetups at work. I confronted her and she said they were just texts to make her feel wanted. She denied doing anything. We fought and talked a lot for a week, and then finally she said she slept with him at work 4 years ago. I felt lied to. I know it's in her past, but the way he and she talked while we were together was inappropriate. I finally got past her lying after pushing and pushing to see if anything else had happened, and she denied that anything else went on. Then one night she had a few drinks and told me 2 weeks before we met that she did him sexual favors for him while at work. I felt very hurt by the lies. I know it's again her past, but she obviously cares what he thinks of her, and she still texts him provocatively. I no longer believe it was only 2 times, and I'd like to know how I can move forward with her working with him. I love her very much, so any advice is appreciated. Sir, it's time for you to go. She gonna lie to your face, not just once, but numerous times. And it's still entertaining this guy with these inappropriate things when she's in a relationship. Where are her boundaries? Where's her respect for her new man? Where's her respect for herself? Why do you work with a dude and you let him still talk to you like that? And you had to say, I don't do that mess around at work thing just because of stuff like this. She needs to get a new job. If you guys want to stay together, she needs to get a new job and a new phone number. Okay, those would be the two caveats. And then she's never to talk to him. So that's point number 3. Okay, then as far as you, if she is not willing to do those 3 things, then you need to go back to your apartment and stay there, and then forget that you know her and find somebody else. It's nice that you've been together for 6 months, but it's better only 6 months than 6 years and kids for child support and all that kind of drama when you've already seen her character is not right. I mean, why? See, my thing is if you're going to lie, keep lying to the end. Don't switch your stories up midstream. So she's stupid. But the bottom line is she was doing some shit that's inappropriate. That should never be even been on her phone. She should not be communicating with this guy like this when she's in a new relationship with you to the point that it's so serious you guys moving in together. So something's wrong with her. And for your mental and emotional safety, you need to get rid of her because something's wrong. She's not wrapped too tight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he sounds like he doesn't. Well, see, when people write, with the emotion that he did, I try to give them alternatives other than leaving. So he's gonna feel like, well, there's still hope, right? This is important for the people who write me. I have to give them a reality check and then give them what it is that they're looking for as one of the options. That's what makes me such a great advice columnist. I don't just give one response unless it's some egregious shit. So in this case, he has this. He can do that, that, and that, those 3 things, ask those 3 things of her. And so the way that he feels about her, the relationship probably could be redeemed if she did those 3 things. Because that's how serious he is about this girl. But if she's not willing to do that, then he's going to have to take, door number 2, which is go back to his apartment and just leave her there. That's it. Yeah, hope, hope. People need hope. They need it. They rely on it. And like I said, there is. I mean, it's that possibility, but I wouldn't trust her if it were me. I wouldn't trust her. She would be out of my life. Okay, this is question number 16, which we've never had this many. This is from a young woman in the 19 to 26 age group from Philly. Should I be the bigger person or clear my name? She says. My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. My male friend and I had a falling out about a month ago, and now he's lying to my boyfriend about a few things, and my boyfriend basically said, I don't know who to believe. Your boyfriend's a bitch. My friend told my boyfriend that I was constantly blowing his phone up, that I was propping up at his house unannounced. I was showing up while his girlfriend was there. And he also said that I called my boyfriend a bum and how he doesn't do anything for our relationship. Basically, just throwing my name under the bus, trying to say I was dogging my boyfriend. He told my boyfriend I was annoying. Just basically said anything to my boyfriend about me to make him want to break up. I don't talk or speak badly on my boyfriend, and I never would. My boyfriend told me what was said, but after saying that he said I don't know who to believe, I've been feeling a little bummed because I'm always honest with my boyfriend. So for him to say he doesn't know who to believe actually broke my heart. I have loaned this friend money, given him food because he couldn't eat, given him things, and then he lied to my boyfriend. So now I'm honestly confused. And Deb, at first I really did think that my boyfriend was joking until he showed me the text that my friend sent him. Okay, well that shoots down one of my things I was thinking. And I literally got so upset just because just reading the things he told my boyfriend was wild and insane. What do I do? You call him up from a landline phone with your boyfriend on the other extension, or you call from a three-way, however you do it on their cell phones, and you confront dude while your boyfriend listens and you say, "What was your reason for doing this? Are you, jealous? You like me? So this is your way of trying to sabotage because you mad that I rejected you? Is this what's going on with you? Because that's what I think it is. He wants you for himself, and he's mad. So he's trying to destroy your relationship with the other dude. So you need to bust him out while your boyfriend's on the phone, and then you need to tell dude, you know what? You are a little bitch. And how you gonna call somebody's boyfriend up like that, like a little bitch? That's what you are. I'm disgusted that I even know you. I'm disgusted that I called you a friend. And your bitch ass better give me all my money back too. I'm gonna take your ass to fucking small claims court and get it. This is just terrible. Well, and your boyfriend said, I don't know who to believe, you need to cuss him out too. Because he's like, I don't know who to believe. That's showing you he doesn't trust you. So I don't know personally. Once he said that to me, I would be done. I've been like, oh, you don't know who to believe? Well, let me show you. I fucked everybody. I fucked all your friends and your daddy too. Now, who do you believe now? Because they gonna say they didn't, and I'm saying they did. So who you gonna believe? See, like I said, I just got to hurt your feelings. I just have to fuck you up. I can't just walk out the door calmly. I have to have the last word. I have to fuck your head up when I go. And so I would just tell him all kinds of shit about everybody's dick was bigger and how they lasted longer and this and that. And the best was your daddy. I guess because he had more experience. And then I would leave. That's what I would do. Now that boyfriend is he's just stupid. But I mean, whatever you want to do, if you want to try to save the relationship, see, again, I got to give people hope. You want to try to save the relationship and expose the friend for what he is, and give your boyfriend a chance. Then you do the three-way, like I said. But see, me, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would be done with that friend, and I would be done with that boyfriend. They would both kiss my ass, and I would be on about my business somewhere else because that's just ridiculous. Yes, throw the whole relationship, the whole friendship, all the boyfriends, all of them, both of them, all of them, just throw them away because they are trash. I know, I'm just like, mm-mm. He'd be like, you slept with my dad? Well, he's going to say he didn't. Who you going to believe? Me or him? You don't know who to believe, right? You don't want to know who to believe. Let me give you some shit to think about. Wake up in the middle of the night sweating and cold. Mm-mm. These men get on my nerves, as you can tell. I'm just like, man, now I just feel like calling up random people, just punching in seven digits and see who answers and hurt their feelings just because. This is really pissing me off. Ouch. All right, this is the last one. Oh my God, I can't believe my voice lasted this long. We did 17 questions today. This is the 17th one. Luckily, some of them were very short. So, not them long books. Did I tell you guys I changed the submission form? Some of these letters are older I get because they were before the form changed, but now they only got 500 words or less. 500 words, it locks up. They can't type no more than 500 words. So then them essays that people used to submit, that will never happen again. I changed the form last week. No. Yeah, these dudes. I'm just so disgusted with this boyfriend and that husband from the one the know the neighbor and stuff. See, it's like these men are just little bitches. It's like, how what kind of G up are you? It's like, how can I be a woman and have bigger balls than you do? 'Cause I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's like I have this thing about being married. I take it very seriously. So if I were a guy and I saw my wife getting upset about some bitch that was kept throwing herself in my face, I would definitely, like I said, show her my checker hoe side, my tribe, my tribal lineage, and then she would have to get told, and then that would be that. And I think coming from him, it would make a difference. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna crank calling people. You can block your number when you crank call. You don't have to see your real number, and I can crank call through my Google phone. All right, let me get to question number 17, our last question of today on What the Fuck Tuesday, which will not be running any Google ads because of the vast numbers of adult topics and adult language. All right, this is from a female 45 to 56 from Minneapolis. I was at work yesterday and one of my ex's bowling teammates came in. That's not unusual. He's in there at least once a week. But this time he asked me out and for my phone number. I was caught off guard and I gave it to him. Today I'm wondering if I should really go out with him. The ex and I no longer communicate and haven't for more than 6 months since he dumped me by text. What? How old is this dude? And I'd prefer to keep it that way so I can't ask him if he's okay with it. I also don't want to cause drama between the two who are acquaintances at most, I guess. But this guy has always been polite and we've had good conversation whenever we speak. I'm very tempted to go out with him, but if this takes off and then I get invited to watch him bowl, I'd run into the ex. Who gives a fuck? See, you worried about the wrong thing. You looking for your ex's permission for who you date? Where they do that at? You are in the 40, you 50 years old and you still acting like a teenager? They're acquaintances on the same team. They probably didn't know each other before they even got on the team. They just bowled together. Okay, that does not mean that they're friends. If I were you, I would call, he asked for your number, so he's going to call you. So you're going to say, well, how long have you been, thinking about asking me out? I'd want to know. Oh, well, how do have you had any conversations with, ex honey about this? No? Well, what's your plan for, if this works out and we keep seeing each other, when we run into him, what do you have, in mind? How you gonna handle that? And see what he says. Because those are all questions that you need answers to allay your fears. Because, me personally, I wouldn't give a fuck. I've been like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go to the bowling alley. And then I would just be doing the most just because I could. But not to say that I want to make him jealous or anything, but I just want to act a fool. I just enjoy doing that sometimes. My clown nose. So, but that's what it seems like. That's what you need. You need like permission, and you need to be okay with it, and all this old kind of stuff. But I'm like, you a grown ass woman. You don't need nobody's permission to date, fuck, do, sleep with, travel with, marry, whatever, anybody that you want to. Okay, that's what happens when you get hit 40. Your all needs for permission from other people eradicate and eliminate and go up in smoke. You don't need to ask nobody nothing ever again. Okay, you're old now. Especially after 50, please. Whatever. It'll be a dust up all right, but shoot, I'll be the one dusting. I don't know. I just don't think about stuff like that. I don't worry about people like that. It's like he's an ex and he had no regard for you. He broke up with you. A man in that age group broke up with you by text and you worried about getting his permission? I would just wait till I bone dude and then I would send him a text. Guess what? I fucked so and so and his dick was way better than yours ever could imagine to be. So thank you. This was definitely the right move to make. Yeah, she restricted herself worrying about what that food thinks. I'm like, please. I'm telling you, 40 was like the best because you just get to act a fool with impunity and just don't care anymore. You don't care about nothing. You don't care about anything except for what it is that you want. And that's it. So, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the 17 letters of today. I mean, toothless men, old women cougering the neighbor's husband, you know, old dudes snatching high school girls out of high school and want to take them off to Kuwait. I mean, just like crazy, just crazy, crazy, crazy. It's always crazy. It's always a good time, though. With great moderators. I want to thank Sue and Lady Boss for holding it down in the chat room and everybody for coming through and sharing their thoughts and laughter with us. So we listen to these wacky letters. If you want to have your letter considered for review on the show and response on the show, there is a link down below in the show description. Just click it. It'll take you to the advice submission form. Fill that out, press send, and then we'll get your letter and it'll be reviewed. And we try to pick letters that are entertaining as well as have universal appeal. So if your letter is too specific to your situation, it doesn't really, it's not going to be interesting with other people, then we won't put it in. Sorry. But in general, I'd say probably about 80% of the letters that we get will make it into the column eventually. We still kind of dealing with some backlogs, as you saw, by some of those really long letters today. But my name is Deborah Cooper. I will be around this week. We're going to be doing some more of those 7-minute videos, my 7-minute lessons on life and love. That's my new series to meet the need for people that want shorter videos. We'll still have some longer ones worked in there as well. But, these are things that'll be safe for work and that you can listen to, quickly and get your lesson and move on to the rest of your day. But if you have suggestions for that or any other topics you want to send me, write to me at survivingdating@gmail.com and let me know, if it's a video you want me to review or respond to, something a question you have. If there's a link that you can associate with it to put it in some context, please do. Because just sometimes people write a question and they're like, okay, what do you think about this? I'm like, what are you talking about? And they don't put it in, any, don't frame it. So I don't know what you're talking about. And it just gets really kind of awkward and then I just delete it because I don't know what you're talking about. So you need to make sure I understand and use an example, maybe video, it's a TV show, whatever you want to do, so that I understand what you're talking about and it's more likely to get a response video. All right. But thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. We'll be back probably on either Thursday or Friday. I'll let you guys know. I'll put up something and let you know what I decide to do, and get together and talk about some stuff, some dating and relationship stuff. Visit me on social media. There's all the listings there on the side. And I will see you on Thursday or Friday this week. Talk to you later. Have a great evening. Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com signing out.